I'm reading all these comments.
All right. And welcome into the Paul Farrington Show, a reaction to the Packers. Very disappointing Green Bay loss for your Packer fan tonight. 10-7 loss to the Eagles in what turned out to actually be a pretty exciting ending to the game. But first three quarters of that were pretty tough to get through. And yeah, Jack's over here. He's like, I got to see what the comment section says.
Right off the bat, we have a $10 donation saying, I hope Matt LaFleur doesn't have a job tomorrow.
Yeah. Ziggy, can you throw up a poll how many Packers fans want LaFleur fired? For better or worse, like whether or not that's a fair poll to put out there.
Fire MLF.
Can we just get a poll right now that's gauging where Packers Nation is on Matt LaFleur right now?
What about, is it time for Malik Willis?
Yeah, Malik, well, no, stop that. Let's just start here real quick. What a baffling decision by Nick Sirianni and the Eagles to go for it on 4th and 8 there at the end of the game and give Green Bay a chance. I mean, just like, how stupid can you get? I'm sorry if that's a little harsh. Like, that is idiotic. And
it was a baffling choice.
Yeah, it's absurd.
That's almost like
you deserve to.
It's almost like he bet on the Packers. Like, why don't you punt the ball, pin them at their own 20-yard line, a team who hasn't moved the ball all day with no timeouts in 20 seconds?
Yeah, and
that just doesn't make any sense.
You know, the Eagles are a team where the star of that coaching staff and front organization, it's Howie Roseman. He's the guy who puts it all together. I mean, Sirianni's just a horrendous. You deserve to lose.
That was not the worst call of the game. The worst call of the game was it's a 3rd and 12. You have to convert, and you decide to run the ball.
They were afraid to let Jalen Hurts throw. That's what it looked like.
They said, okay, Jalen Hurts will let you throw. It's a 50-yard touchdown bomb.
It was just, I mean, a baffling decision. Like one that you should lose the game because you're that dumb. If you're on the 35-yard line of Green Bay, just punt into the end zone, right? You take 10 seconds off the clock, put them back 15 more yards. It's not even in question there at the end.
Yeah, I can't even think of a reason on why you go for it. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you just have no idea what's going on. That's the only excuse.
If Green Bay sneaks in the back door, gets that game to overtime, the truth of the matter is they probably win.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's a weird game, and that kick from McManus at the end, 64 yards. It's in the cold, and he's coming off the injury. But that almost felt like a fitting ending for Green Bay tonight, where you're on the verge the entire game. They crossed midfield. They said 4 straight times at one point, and had no points on those drives. Just continuously shooting themselves in the leg, and to have the kick end like that, where it's just remarkably shanked. It felt fitting.
Yeah, I mean, their kicker just simply didn't have the leg for it. We saw it on the practice kick, and they decided to kick it anyway.
I think you have to take the practice kick.
He wasn't far off.
Somewhat close, but you know what you have to wonder, and I'm sorry to bring it up, but Haversick hit the 61-yarder. I don't know if tonight with the temperature and everything, how much that's impacting everything, but McManus has been bad since coming back, like straight up bad, and it makes you wonder, at what point really do the Packers need to start getting worried about McManus? And the answer, and now it's a 64. It's a 64-yarder. That's a really long kick. But I mean, man, it was horrible.
I mean, also too, yeah, horrible. But the fact that it came down to that was lucky as all hell. But what I saw tonight, the drops came back, like a fair amount of drop passes from these receivers. A big late drop by Wicks, who's probably the best receiver tonight. And it's just the same thing comes back against a good team and bites you in the butt.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this, Jack, that's why I don't want to be too hard on Matt LaFleur tonight. Obviously, there were problems, but there were so many times this game on 3rd and 4th down where he dialed up exactly the right play. The ball hits the receiver 2 hands, then the chest, then 2 hands again,
and then
hits the ground. And that's why I'm not going to be... Obviously, there was a lot that went wrong, and we can talk through all of that. But things went wrong more than just the play calling and more than just Jordan Love. Even though those guys are the faces of the team and are going to get most of the blame, nobody, with the exception of the defense, executed well. The defense played great. Evan Williams was great. Micah Parsons was great.
Other than what, 3 drives? The first drive where Edrin Cooper had the amazing punch out, and I think Nixon recovered, I believe, on that play. Other than that drive, the touchdown drive, and the field goal drive, right? The scoring drives for Philly, the Packer defense was borderline heroic tonight because time after time, the offense let them down in a variety of ways, and the defense kept them in it. Jack, you said if you told us before the game that the Eagles scored 10 points tonight, you would have thought
it was 24, 30 to 10. I thought they'd kill them. Yeah. I mean, holding Philly to 10 points is remarkable.
It's and you know what? I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna make an admission tonight. Like, there's 2 teams in the league that I'd root for the Packers to beat, the Saints and the Eagles. Tonight, I was actually rooting for Green Bay. And I know it makes no sense with the division, but I've kind of internally given up on the Vikings being a real threat here right now, unless we beat the Bears. If we beat the Bears, I'm back. But I was rooting for the Packers to win tonight. I mean, I hate the Eagles. I can't stand them. And it was just like mind-boggling watching Green Bay's mistakes. And it feels like I said it to you before, Ziggy. It's like they were in the twilight zone with them. They can't seem to find any sort of continuity. And if I were a Packer fan, I'd be really, really frustrated because it feels like you're letting the season slip away right now.
I mean, look, this team is now the 7th seed in the NFC.
Shocking.
Behind the Bears, who are currently, the 6?
Yes.
And if you had won tonight in a game where you only allowed 10 points, you're the number 1 seed. You take away losses against the Panthers and the Browns. I mean, it's just the way this season could be going right now is disappointing.
No, and it's 8 days ago. They were the 1 seed with the Panthers coming into town. And
after you maul the Steelers away.
Yeah, after you have arguably your best quarter of the year, including, the 8 quarters you played in weeks 1 and 2 when everyone thought you guys were the foregone conclusion NFC frontrunner. It's just been a weird year with Green Bay. And I mean, now their character and that culture there is really going to be called into question. People always want to talk about them being the youngest team in the league, whatnot. Doesn't matter anymore. That was a story 2 years ago. They need to get their act together, and it's a scary time because Tucker Kraft's not coming back. Elton Jenkins went down tonight. Matthew Golden's banged up. Romeo Doubs left with a chest injury. I mean, the injuries are starting to pile up, and they're going to really be tested, and Jordan Love needs to be a lot better than he was tonight. Way better.
I mean, also, too, look back in the first half. You're approaching halftime. The score is 0-0. I texted you guys during this game, like, this game had the feel. Whoever scores first, like, puts the first points on the board is huge. And the Packers getting down on a field goal range late in the half, and Jordan Love fumbles the ball.
Which is just a horrendous play from Love.
Yeah, but it's like the frustrating thing is we've seen that type of crap from Love before.
Yeah.
Like, he tends to, like, he does those kind of things, which is very annoying because Jordan Love can be very, very good, but it can also be very, very bad.
I'm just running through my notes here right now, and just the amount of times the Packers, again, shot themselves in the leg. You had on their second drive of the game, the 4th and 1, where Aaron Banks jumped off sides. You have to think you convert that one there. You have, of course, you have the Love fumble when you're in scoring range. The Bo Melton drop pass was just horrendous. Towards the end of the game, the Christian Watson, the big pass to the 15-yard line, called back because of an illegal formation. I mean, it was just, and even the 4th and 1 right at the end of the game. I first off, I hate the play call. Was it a delayed draw? I didn't see the replay.
What that was?
Horrible play call, and you have another illegal formation. And it's like, what are they doing in these critical spots? I mean, they keep making the big mistake, and it's been this way all year. That they can't get out of their own way. And look, I'm a Viking fan. I don't care. But if I were a Packer fan, I'd be furious.
It's what's absurd is you go back to week 1, they blow the Lions away, and we're talking about how you have all these very good receivers, and here we are, flash forward 10 weeks later, and we're targeting Bo Melton on 3rd downs late in the game.
I mean,
it's like.
I guess you have to play Bo, though, because Dobbs is out,
yeah, you
Golden's
do.
out, Reed is out.
I know, you do. But it's just
is out.
It's unfortunate.
They had a real. They had another chance tonight. The Packers haven't been blown out in any game this year. They've just kind of it's been death by 1,000 cuts in all their losses.
In the Panthers, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, even like they've played good teams and they beat good teams. But they just
you just have to muster up 14 points in a game like this to be able to win. It's inexcusable to lose this game. Allowing 10 points, that's ridiculous.
Defense was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ziggy, any thoughts here? You seem just confused.
I am confused. I'm trying to understand what I saw from either team. I don't understand what the Packers were doing on offense. I don't understand what the Eagles were doing on offense. Like, I texted the group chat this. This was a Thursday night game that somehow like time traveled onto a Monday. It didn't feel like any team was playing remotely near their best football. But if you want to be a contender in the NFC, if you want to win this division, you've got to be able to show up for a game like that. And at this point, Green Bay's lost 2 straight games at home to a Carolina Panthers team and a very beatable Eagles team. I know our title says, are the playoffs in jeopardy? And I still think the Packers will make the playoffs, but the season is slipping away here. And even though they had a great start and everything looked very good, you travel to play the Giants next week. You've struggled on the road against bad teams. You host the Vikings. They have got to figure it out immediately, because in an NFC where almost every single team that's relevant is 6-3 or better, and you're not, you've got to figure it out immediately or the playoffs are over.
Yeah, their next 4 games are at the Giants, hosting the Vikings, at the Lions on Thanksgiving, and hosting the Bears. You would think, right? You would think you're beating New York. You'd think you'd beat us at home against the Vikings. Yeah, I mean, imagine right now you're thinking a loss on Thanksgiving at Detroit, although the Packers seem to play oddly well in Detroit. And then you host the Bears, and you have to think like 3-1 feels like it should be the expectation, and that would put you at 8-3-1. I mean, or 8-4-1, and you're right back in everything with the Broncos, Bears, and Ravens to end the season, and then at the Vikings. But I just don't think you can chalk anything up as a win for them right now.
And in a weird way, I give them a pass for the game against the Panthers. I said you were coming off a win against Aaron Rodgers. You have Philly the following week. It's kind of a weird spot, tough to get up for the Panthers, whatever you slip. But when I look at teams who have aspirations to go far, it's all about being able to bounce back from a loss to the Carolina Panthers. And
the Detroit Lions aren't going to be losing 2 games in a row,
right?
Ever.
Like the Lions win this game, the Rams win this game. The way that they bounced back after a loss to Carolina by scoring 7 points in a primetime game at Lambeau Field is just, it feels impossible.
And the crowd's doing their part. The crowd's trying to get into the game. They're begging for something.
Crowd was awesome. You also have you have extra rest. You have 8 days off a loss. If you told me you needed more than 10 points to win tonight, I would have said Green Bay comes back in a big way and gets this job done. I'm
looking right here, guys. If the Packers on the season, so forget like if they scored 20 points every single game, right? So we're saying no offensive explosions, just 20 points. Which, Ziggy, what would that be in the league? Or do you have that up right now? If you average 20 points a game, that's like, I have to imagine that's like 23rd in the league or something. If they scored 20 points per game,
20 points per game would put you at 27th in the NFL.
Yes, 27th in the NFL.
To be fair, Green Bay's averaging more than 20.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, if they just averaged 20 points every single game, they'd be 6-3.
That's not what an average is.
If they scored 20 points every single game, they would be 6-3 on the season. They would have a better record than they have right now. And what I mean by that is that you have the big 40-point explosion in Dallas. You have the 35-point game, the 21-point fourth quarter against the Steelers. But then you have these games where you lose 16-13 to Carolina, 10-7 to the Eagles, 13-10 to the Browns. I mean, you can't lose when the defense puts those efforts forward. You can't lose those games. You just cannot, especially when you have the expectation and, frankly, the talent that they have on that side of the ball. And that is a combination to me of LaFleur and Love. Tonight, I thought Love was worse. He was off most of the game.
And Philly did a great job of this, but when you even put the slightest bit of pressure on Jordan Love, he really is not very good in those situations. And like, it's noticeable. Like, he struggles and he panics pretty big time. Like, a lot of the throws tonight, he was off. Like, just get guys in the backfield, he is off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but also it doesn't help when LaFleur is not opening the playbook until the fourth quarter. When Jordan Love can't trust any of his receivers except Tucker Kraft, who is now out for the year. Like, I saw somebody put this well, like in order for Matt LaFleur's playbook to work, Jordan Love needs to play at a higher level than he's playing. But Jordan Love isn't going to be playing at a higher level because the play calling is totally off too. Like the synergy between LaFleur and Jordan Love that drove so much success in their first season together is totally broken. And I don't want to blame it on just one party here. In this game, absolutely nothing on offense was working. Even Josh Jacobs, who had a really nice touchdown run. Other than that, there was very little production. He had a huge blunder on what should have been a routine screen. I don't understand why it takes until the late third, early fourth quarter for the Packers to start calling the kinds of plays Jordan Love's good at.
And Jacobs, when that screen, had the whole field ahead of him also.
Yeah, just a lot of miscues all night for them.
If he catches that ball, he's probably gone.
Now, the winners of the night are the Bears and the Lions. They are the true winners. They walking off the field, you heard Joe Buck and Troy Aikman saying, yeah, neither of these coaches feel too good tonight. You know who feels really good? Are the Bears and Lions fans right now. The Bears are in second place.
Guys, like we're in week 11 and the Bears are ahead of the Packers.
Yeah, which is just could you imagine after week 2 of the year, after the Bears lost by 40 in Detroit and the Packers did what they did to the Commanders on Thursday Night Football, that we would say 10 weeks later, 9 weeks later, this is going to be a Bears team in second place.
And the Lions are at the
Lions
number 1 seed, right?
No, the Eagles, Seahawks right now
number two.
are number 1. The Eagles are 2, and then 3 would be Detroit at the moment. And
but Packers would have been the 1 if they had won tonight. Currently, right?
The Packers would have been 1.
They
would have been behind Seattle. Seattle's 8-2, so they would have been a half game behind the Seahawks. But look, I mean, I think the playoff. It's all on the table for Green Bay. I think the playoffs are in jeopardy. I think the division is clearly in jeopardy. I think the 1 seed could actually still be in play for them. You know, they're still 5-3-1.
They have so much talent on this team.
But I mean, with the way it's going, it feels like it's trending towards a wild card berth. And I mean, look, if you're the 7 seed right now, you'd be. Oh, sorry, the Eagles are the 1. So you'd be going to Seattle, and like that's a game they could win, but it's I don't know. It just feels very shaky in terms of confidence index for all these teams. Like I mean, I'm putting the Packers, like 5th in the NFC, behind Philly, behind Seattle, behind Detroit, behind the Rams.
The alarming thing too is that we have seen the Packers play a game like this on now multiple occasions. Like, it's not just a one-time slip-up you can catch a break. This is now multiple occasions.
No, this might be who they are.
This team is.
Yeah, that's just who they are.
It unfortunately might be who they are. Like, this has been now numerous times.
Yeah, I mean, like the Eagles, I'm just looking at the Eagles drive charts.
The Eagles were also horrible.
And that first drive from Philly, I was like, oh boy, like this is what Philly does. 16 plays, 77 yards, almost 9 minutes off the clock before the fumble. And after that, 3 and out, 5 plays, 7 yards, punt, and then turnover on down, or end of the half. I mean, it was just they weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
And
I ran the numbers. This is the second worst offensive success rate Jalen Hurts has had as a starter. The only game he has had worse in his entire career with the Philadelphia Eagles by that metric was the Bucs playoff loss. That's it.
Is it actually could you actually start to say Matt LaFleur might need to go at the end of the year? If they miss the playoffs, he's
miss
gone.
The playoffs, I think he's gone.
I mean, missing the playoffs seemed
impossible.
Actually impossible. Yeah. Impossible. But now we're sitting here like it's more likely they miss the playoffs and get the number 1 seed.
And
I mean, at this point, my view is there's so much talent on this team that if they continue to struggle like this and things continue to look out of sync, this isn't a question about whether LaFleur is a good coach or not. This is a question about whether Matt LaFleur in 2025 with Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers can work. Increasingly, it's starting to look like it might just not work for them.
Well, I see a lot of people are saying, like, dude, we're missing all our wide receivers. Like, take it easy. I'm like, guys, you still have Watson out there. You still have Josh Jacobs. I think Musgrave is a serviceable tight end. Dobbs, at the end of the game, Dobbs is gone. But it wasn't like they were doing anything when Dobbs was in the game tonight.
Wicks is still there.
Wicks is a decent player. I mean, you guys talk about your depth all the time.
Like scoring 7 points is just inexcusable.
Yeah, and you have Love. And you have Love, who we thought at one point this year was an MVP candidate. So if the offense is the problem, and to me it has been the offense this year, a lot of that falls on LaFleur.
You can't win one playoff game in 5 years in Green Bay.
No, you can't. The expectations are different. It's like the Yankees. Yeah, the Yankees make the ALCS, and there are Yankee fans out here who are like, the Yankees won the World Series last year, and Yankees fans are like, it's not the expectation in New York. It's winning championships.
That's exactly what it is. It's
you guys. It's Pittsburgh.
I'm guilty of this too. I've said the Yankees have been irrelevant and haven't won in 15 years because their standard is set so high. It's they'll go to the American League semifinal, the ALCS, and they'll lose, and it's a disaster. Like, that's the same type of thing as the Green Bay Packers. Like, it really is.
And I will say this, just in terms of direct coaching mistakes, how do you not have a better play on 4th and 1 season, like a huge game on the line, than a run out of the shotgun into the offensive line doesn't know what they're doing, into we're blown up and fumble 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage?
No, that's completely a preparation.
It didn't make sense.
Yeah, it's a complete preparation problem.
I will give him the weird play action on 3rd and 10 at your own 15 with a minute left in the game because it happened to work somehow.
Yeah.
I don't. So much went wrong for Green Bay this game. And what's interesting, I think, if you're thinking about future head coaches, is LaFleur is responsible for the offense and Hafley is largely responsible for the defense. Through this point in the season, is there any question who's doing a better job of their town on their side of the ball between Jeff Hafley and Matt LaFleur?
No. Ziggy, you're a troublemaker, Ziggy.
People are talking about how it's ridiculous the Packers have lost the most games in the NFL, giving up 16 or fewer points. They're 1-3 in those games.
Which is crazy.
The reason they're there, in large part, they're the only team in the NFL that's given up 16 points or fewer in 4 games. Obviously, you want to win those games. But for the Green Bay defense to do what they did to the Philadelphia Eagles, we talked about in our preview, this Eagles offense was firing on all cylinders and had gotten much better over the past few weeks. And then they get a bye. They get 2 weeks to prepare for you. And you say, we're going to have a bad first drive, but force a turnover and then shut them down for the rest of the game. Yeah. An outrageously good performance from the Green Bay defense. And I guarantee you on that defense right now, players are feeling like their incredible seasons being totally wasted.
Oh, I bet it's like, who is, was it Burn? Who is yelling walking off the field? One effing stop. Was it Jamar Chase? know, it's the other side of it for the Bengals. The Bengals are like, my God, we're scoring 40 points a game here, and we can't beat the Jets.
Imagine take the Bengals offense and the Packers defense.
I see someone here says KOC and LaFleur, both offensive dudes, suck so bad. But here's the difference. When Kevin O'Connell's had a good quarterback, and he's had Kirk Cousins when he was healthy and Darnold last year, the Vikings have one of the best offenses in football. And basically, very few total flop games.
He got MVP level production out of, I think everyone would say, good, not great quarterbacks.
Yes.
I'll ask a painful question.
The Vikings have had some horrible games.
I'll ask a painful question, but is Jordan Love an average QB? We're out here like every week saying how Jordan is he just an average quarterback?
I don't think he's an average quarterback.
But I feel like I'm underwhelmed and unimpressed by him more so than I'm like, wow, he's great.
But I continue to believe that the play calling is doing him no favors whatsoever.
That might be.
Toyotathon starts next week. We'll get to see. But at this point, moving on from Jordan Love is not something the Packers can realistically do.
No, of course.
No. Whoa. Yeah,
but
I'm not saying that.
My thoughts. They can't move on from Jordan Love. They can move on from Matt LaFleur, and the partnership's not working. Unless it turns around pretty soon, I think you have to try something new in Green Bay.
But it's sooner to be LaFleur gone than Love.
No, I agree.
And this is all by the way, this is all hypothetical for
the way that this team has trended though. Like, if this team, when do they play? They play the Lions in 2 weeks, right? In Detroit. With the way things are going, it's looking like that game in Detroit could be an absolute mauling.
They have trended since the playoff run when Love got hot. They pretty much, would you guys say they've kind of trended down really ever since that, other than the spike at the start of this year? Like last year was, definitely not what you were expecting. And this year, after weeks 1 and 2, it's been disappointing. If you're a Packers fan, like you're looking at the team going, like, forget about the first 2 weeks, right? They're 5-3-1 right now. Since weeks 1 and 2, when you blew out 2 teams that we thought were going to be really good, you're 3-3-1 with losses to the Browns and the Panthers.
And now falling behind Detroit, still having to go to Detroit in a game where they're looking for revenge. They look like the much better team as of late as well. To go on the road, let's say throughout the entire playoffs, and to be a team that has these clunkers, it's going to be impossible for Green Bay to go 3 games on the road in the playoffs and do anything.
Now, here's what I will say, though. One thing, as much, and Packers fans are going to like this, and I'm not really happy to please them, but something that we talk about all the time in these reaction shows, something that I've talked about a lot with college football, right, is Notre Dame fans. We're 0-2 after we lose to A&M, and everyone's freaking out. And you need to be able to see the forest through the trees here. That's one, like, you gotta be able to take a deep breath, because a lot of people are like, I'm done watching Packers football.
But this isn't like that. The Notre Dame game, we sat back and said you guys lost by 4 combined points to 2 of the best teams in the country.
Yeah.
This is you lost to the Carolina Panthers.
If you let me finish my thought here, Ziggy.
Yeah, finish your thought. Let's see where you're going with this.
We've seen the peaks of the Packers, the highs, and it's a high that most teams in the league can't get to.
This is where Paul tells you they're rattling off 8 straight.
No, I'm not telling you you're rattling off 8 straight, but for people who are saying I'm done with the season, when did the 2023 year is what, like, everyone talks about with Jordan Love? When did that start?
Oh, I saw the highs live and in person.
That started like
week
week 12. What I'm saying is it's still, you're 5-3-1. You know, the Vikings are 4-5 here. If you get red hot at this point in the year and you turn it on in November, you're going to be fine. Like, the conversations change really quick in football. If the Packers win their next 2 and they're 7-3-1, and they go into that Thanksgiving game against Detroit at 7-3-1 against a Lions team that will be maybe 8-3, like, all of a sudden now the conversation's very different from where we are tonight. This was a really bad loss against a team that we do expect to be in contention to go to the Super Bowl again, the defending Super Bowl champions. But while I'm not guaranteeing the Packers bounce back, I just said I think they could miss the playoffs completely. I am saying that it's way too soon to be like, season's over. You figure it out on offense, and they're going to rout some people.
I mean, I agree with that, but I just think it's very alarming.
It's unlikely.
I think it's alarming how now this is back-to-back weeks. You lose to the Panthers, then you have an extra day's rest, you're hosting a primetime game, and you lay another egg. That just shouldn't happen to a team like this.
No,
there's way too much talent on a team like this to lose to at home.
I mean, yeah, if you look at what's coming up, I know you talked through the next couple games, Paul. They go to New York and they host the Vikings. Both of those have gone from games where, like, okay, the Packers should win, to now it feels like back is against the wall, absolute must-win games. And we will see how they respond to this. And again, I know all these games are coming down to field goals. The Panthers game did, the Eagles game did. The Browns game came down to whatever that was. Like, I know these games have been close, but the margin for error is 0 if they want to go to the playoffs at this point.
Okay, good. You're all over the map here, man.
What do you mean?
If they want to go to if they want to go to the playoffs, or if they want to get the 1 seed or win the division.
I'm not saying they have to win every single game on the rest of their schedule, but they can't have meltdowns anymore.
Yeah, I mean, but we said that's just kind of who this team is.
I mean, also, too.
So then you shouldn't think they're going to make the playoffs. You should think this put the final nail in the coffin of the season if you think they are the team that melts down, because they can't have anymore.
The Giants also are sitting here at 2-7, but this is a team who has blown 4 double-digit leads. Like, the Giants have
not...
Was
Dart even playing, though? We still don't know if he's the concussion protocol, right? I haven't seen if he's in or out.
I was unaware
still
of
in
that.
that.
I was unaware of that.
But we'll see.
But, like, even the Giants have been a strange team. I think it's a little bit better than their record says they are. Like, I don't even think that's a guarantee anymore to go in there and win that game. And that sounds crazy.
No, it's not a guarantee at all. It's absolutely not a guarantee. You can't. It's kind of been that way in the league this year for most teams. But I mean, Green Bay specifically, like, their worst losses are against 2 of their 3 losses are against 2 of the worst teams in football. And yeah, I'll say it right now, the Panthers. We had people on our chat who were like, guys, the Panthers are actually good. The Panthers are terrible.
Yeah.
And they just lost by double digits at home to the Saints.
To the Saints. Yeah, they're a bad team. It's, I actually kind of feel bad for the Packers fans tonight watching that. And the Lions fans are so pumped up. I had like multiple Lions fans who, you know, good buddy Tom, good buddy Alex, who were texting us. They're like, man, I can't wait to just hop on your guys live tonight. And,
oh yeah, amped.
Yeah. And it's funny because Philly's also been getting away with a lot of crap, it feels like, this year. You know, early in the year specifically, then they had that little bump in the road against Denver and the Giants. But even against the Vikings when they played us, felt like, you know, it just feels like they do enough to like they're not a 7-2 team from what they've showed this year, but they find ways to win.
I'm just thinking too, Ziggy was so spot on in the Ziegler Zag, how the Lions just bounce back and kick the crap out of the Commanders. Like that right now seems like the difference in the Lions and the Packers.
Oh, the Packers.
I'll tell you what, when the Lions go next week to Philadelphia, they will not come out looking like this. Even though they're on the road, even though it's a tough environment, even though the Lions have had their own ups and downs this season, the thing about the Lions that you know is they're going to come out and play their best football basically every week. And Green Bay, it's a mystery box.
You know, I mean, the Lions are also road proof. Like, I wouldn't pick against the Lions anywhere. Like, the Lions can go into Philly and beat them.
You know how you can tell things have changed for the Green Bay Packers? I put out a poll, who wins the division? And, like, typically that's something that goes at 90% plus Packers, right? Does that seem about fair? Like, the fans overwhelmingly vote Packers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right now, we've got almost 70% Lions, and the Bears are relatively close to the Packers.
Well, but that's the truth. And I mean, I think it's respectful to the admirable the Packers fans in the chat to at least be like, yeah, like right now we're not playing good football, because they're not. They're terrible right now.
Yeah, terrible.
I mean,
It's funny.
They can't move the ball.
Only slight favorites to win the division after tonight.
I think it's still a big
Well,
race.
still only they're only a game up.
What are currently the odds, Ziggy?
We're Lions 6 and
It's Lions minus 125, Packers plus 160,
And where are the Bears and Vikings?
plus 750, plus 25.
Jeez.
The
Who's,
Bears have no chance of winning this division.
Who's plus 20? Who's plus 2,500? The Bears or the Vikings?
The Vikings. You know.
I know.
It's so painful watching, like, after remembering last season at 14-3, and now I'm watching this year where it's like, I think all the teams are decent in the NFC North, but it's like, you know, what's going to win the North this year? Probably 12. Well, what do you think? 12-11-4-6?
Yeah, 12-5, 11-6. So yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, is Detroit only going to lose? Let's see, who does Detroit have?
But I mean,
that's the
they have
thing
some
with-
tough games, but they've also shown they can play tough games.
Yeah, look with Detroit too.
But I mean, Detroit they still have to go to Philly. They have to go to LA. They host the Packers. They host the Steelers. And then they've got the Vikings, Bears, and Giants.
With Detroit though as well, and I've said this a couple times, and this falls on it's late, I'm blanking. Dan Campbell versus Matt LaFleur. Is the way that he has, if Detroit loses a game, like, you know, Detroit is coming back and mauling a team.
Yeah, the response they had in Washington is what champions. That's the heart of a champion.
Yes,
And
like
that's
Dan.
the response Detroit has had for 2 years now.
Even though
Like Dan
they're not
Campbell,
champions.
Campbell has these guys revved up, ready to go. Whereas Matt LaFleur, like, this was on an effort on him tonight. Like, I think when you lose to Carolina, you don't have your guys fired up the next week on a primetime game. Like, I was very, very shocked what I saw today. Just blown away by how bad they were.
You can make the argument that the Green Bay, you know, coaching and culture is the worst in the division, and I don't think that's a stretch with the way Chicago's bounced back, and they're finding ways to win these games right now. The Bears, even though it's the Giants, it's the Raiders, they're winning the games they're supposed to win, and since the start of the year, they're 5-1 or 6-1.
And I mean, the Packers, this team mauled the Lions 10 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But right now, do you even think that these two teams are close? I think Detroit's much better than Green Bay.
If you're tiering Super Bowl contenders in the NFC right now, I think after the past 2 weeks, you have to bump the Packers down to second or third tier. Like, it's hard to see this team going on a run to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You can see the Lions going on a run to the Super Bowl for sure. The Bears, the Bears.
I'm not even talking about the Bears are not.
Yeah, Seattle, absolutely. The
Yes.
Rams, absolutely. Bucks, not really.
No, I'd say the Bucks are kind of like the Packers.
Yeah, I'd put them in that same area. I might put Philly in tier 2 So I'd have the Rams, I'd have the Seahawks and the Lions tier 1, tier 2 Philly alone, tier 3
Then you
I'd
got the
put Green
Bucks
Bay and the
Packers.
Bucks.
Yeah.
And then I'm dropping it down to probably like the Bears and the Niners.
I'd probably agree with that.
That's what I'd be looking at if I'm tiering the NFC right now. And we were talking with Andy. We'll record with Andy tomorrow, and I'm sure Andy's not happy after a night like tonight.
He'll be on like a half hour. I'm not sure I can stand to watch him be that upset.
Yeah, I mean, Andy's gonna be so upset.
Yeah, he'll be furious. And
he should be. He really should be, because the way we were talking about this team, well, the way he was talking about this team in like week 3, he's like, this is the year. And there's really is something. It's hard to get as deflated as when you really believe it's your season, and then shit just hits the fan. I remember the Vikings. It's kind of like my fantasy team this year, Ziggy, in our college league, 5-0, 5 straight losses. The Vikings, when they were 5-0 with Bradford after the Teddy Bridgewater injury, I wrote an article for the Vikings fan site. It was like, guess who's number 1 in the power rankings? And I think we lost like 4 straight games. And it's just like, what happened? That's the question you keep asking yourself is, how did we get to this point? And for Green Bay, the answer is the offense has just not shown up. It's really puzzling, and it makes you wonder what's going on Monday to Saturday in their buildings, where they're not ready to play on Sunday. Half the time they show up on the field.
And you brought up earlier today, their first half numbers in the last 6 or so games. Like, this team comes out so unbelievably flat week after week after week after week. Like, they've won a few games late in the game, Pittsburgh being a good example, turn on in the fourth quarter.
Mm.
But they come out and are pretty egregious to start the game, which is a LaFleur thing, in my opinion.
And tonight, I've seen people, and I understand why people are saying this in the comment section throughout the broadcast here. We say Love needs to be better. We say LaFleur needs to be better. And it's like, oh, but the receivers. Oh, but what about this play call that worked, right? There were so many different things that were wrong. Like, yes, Love was not terrible the entire night. The receivers were not terrible the entire night. LaFleur was not terrible the entire night. But what I am saying is, like, there were a handful of plays from Jordan Love where they went back and showed the replay. And like, yep, here's Dobbs on the in-breaking route, wide open. Love just didn't see it. And just because
some of that is because he didn't throw that pass because defensive linemen were charging it from behind because the offensive line.
No, and that's what I'm saying is it's multiple things, right? It's the offensive line letting you down there. Then Jordan steps up in the pocket and he's not looking like he doesn't see it. There were a couple times where Jordan just didn't see it. Sometimes when he did, it was just a misfire. I mean, the Melton drop was horrendous. I thought it was a bad decision. Like that, and that's another one. I thought it was just a bad decision for them to go for it. What was it, like 4th and 9? From their own, from the 45-yard line.
You're throwing a Bo Melton.
And, well, I have no problem with Bo Melton, honestly.
Yeah, Bo's good.
I have no issues with Bo Melton, but, in that game where at the time I think it was 3-0, the Philly offense has not moved the ball well most of the night. Like, try and pin them deep. And I know it ultimately didn't cost them, but, we can't just say hindsight, it's 2020. Like, in that moment, it's like, all right, the right decision is probably punt here. So you had the wrong decision there. Then you should have converted and you drop it. There's just the mistakes pile up all over the place, and you're left with, the symbolic shank at the end of the game to kind of represent what it was from Green Bay tonight, which is just bad.
Yeah, also too, it's like just a couple of small things. I remember it was late in the game, third or fourth quarter, and I believe it was a third down, and Jordan Love is throwing a ball towards the sideline. He's got a receiver open. I think it was Wicks. And it just horrible. Just out of bounds, not even close. I'm like, what's going on? And we've seen this from Love on numerous occasions. And it's really at a certain point becomes frustrating if you're a Packer fan. It's like, all right, when is this guy consistently going to get it going?
It's the sick thing about this game tonight, guys, for me, is that it makes me actually go like, man, the Vikings beat the Bears and the Lions lose in Philly next week. It's back on, baby.
So that also sucks for you now too, because now you're getting roped back in.
I'm totally going to be roped back in.
Yeah, that's why it's horrible all around.
It's terrible for the Packers. Well, the Lions fans are the ones who are rejoicing today, but
yeah,
like think about it like this right now. If the Vikings beat the Bears next week and the Lions lose at Philly, The Vikings will then play the Packers for an opportunity to be a half game out of the lead. And then like, what?
In a game we'll be at.
In a game we'll be at. Yeah. And maybe just us. From the way the comment section sounds right now.
They showed a stadium view bar on the broadcast today. Maybe
great bar.
Awesome bar. To the NFL, the draft memories.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to go back there.
Oh, me too.
But all of a sudden
that was
now,
probably
like
the last time Packers fans felt great about their team.
Yeah.
It was the draft. Yeah.
Outside the first 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun race in the North. You know, whether or not there will be a lot more disappointing moments for probably everyone in the North this year. It's just been a wacky division. The teams are having really high highs and really low lows, all four of them. But it should be a really exciting race. And down the stretch here, we all play each other a lot. So I'm pretty pumped up for it. And I mean, look, you're going to have an exciting stretch run here with the Steelers trying to hold off the Ravens.
Actually I did some deep calculations and predicted, like, with my head and not the heart, the final records of both Ravens and Steelers. And do you want to know what I have?
What?
I have both teams being 9-7. Week 17, Pittsburgh hosts Baltimore.
I'm seeing Merle here with a bunch of skulls. We are so back. Yeah, we appreciate that.
Before we wrap, though, getting the sense starting to go, we should get to these super chats because we had a lot of people with a lot of things to say.
No, yeah, for sure. I just want to also read. Mark says malpractice to lose the three games the Packers have lost, and he's totally right. It is.
If it was just one of them, you could say, look, teams lose. It happens. Even if it was just two of them, to lose all three, that's rough.
Yeah. All right, let's hit the super chats.
How many viewers we got right now?
We're 9. Or no, not 9. 7:30 something.
Yeah, it's.
Let's appreciate everyone for tuning in.
Yeah,
thanks everyone for tuning in tonight.
Despite the tough.
Yeah, we appreciate
outcome.
everyone tuning in and sharing your opinions. Look, at the end of the day, it's a football game. You know, I always say, you know, it's
that's
bad.
What we always bring out when things are going bad for us. You should try it yourself.
Yeah, you just say, at the end of the day, it's a football game, and you know what? Next week, you'll probably go kick the Giants' ass. Like that's what's going to happen. I mean, right? Okay, what else could happen?
You'd hope so.
I'm not confident.
I mean, you would hope so. You'd hope.
We do appreciate everybody. And if you're watching and haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. If you've unsubscribed, maybe you could subscribe back.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've lost the go.
Well, whenever the Packers lose, we lose a bunch of subscribers, and I'm like, But
we've been bleeding subscribers tonight.
You know, look, it happened. There are, just like the NFL regular season, there are ups and downs. So, if you've unsubscribed, welcome, come on back in.
If only Jordan Love realized like how much he affects us week in and week out. I want to meet him and say, like, Jordan, you got to step it up, man.
Jordan, save the channel,
like,
Jordan.
You're beating the Steelers. You can't follow up with the loss of the Panthers, man. Like, just for us. Like, come on.
Yeah, you might have the $55 million a year. We don't, man. We do not have.
But we're relying on you.
If we get the the SeatGeek deal, the big SeatGeek deal or something like that, then you can start effing these up. But you're gonna be like, we're gonna be in Green Bay. Jackson be like Jordan Love's house. Like, you gotta win this game.
I want this to reach a point where we see Love like scrambling for a touchdown, looking to the camera and go, "That was for Ziggy," and like do like a belt.
I mean, we did have Jordan Love in our comments saying that Ziggy's the locker room favorite in Green Bay. So
they need some sort of change. It seems like.
Yeah. All right, Ziggy. Let's hit the super chats, and thanks everyone for sending in the super chats. I think we missed them, Ziggy, during the reaction to the Vikings game yesterday. Yeah,
there was some person who sent some in and we missed them.
Yeah, I apologize for that. It just honestly, we were just going through, and after the loss, my head, kind of like you guys tonight, my brain was just in a million different places. And Jerry sent us an email. Was like, just wondering if you saw the super chats. I'm really sorry about that. We're gonna hit all of these ones tonight.
So yeah, we've got a bunch from a lot of different fan bases. There's going to be some chirping here. We start with Celeris Lions fans. The Lions really were the Packers Super Bowl. Back in first, go Lions.
Yeah, the Lions are going to come out.
This will be a recurring trend. Lions fans hyping up their team.
And look, you're entitled to hyping up your team when they took over first place.
DJ's out here hyping up the team. Dan Campbell plays 44 points. Matt LaFleur plays 7 points. Ziggy, have some respect for the Lions.
Oh, the Lions are awesome.
This is one thing that sometimes confuses me a bit with the reactions to our videos, Ziggy. It's like,
didn't I lobby for Detroit being a top 2 team in the NFL last week?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a really big we try and come on, and yes, we're fans, like very emotional fans. I mean, go back and watch videos. We are an emotional
video
broadcast.
from 2 days ago.
Yeah. But also what we try and do, and because I've seen some people being like, oh, holy Packer glaze. I'm like, we just said, like, should they fire LaFleur and they might miss the playoffs? Like, we try and be realistic with the approach here.
I mean, the Lions were fantastic.
And yeah, so it's like, are we glazing the Packers? No, but we're saying why they lost and why there's still reason for, like, I'm trying to put myself in the mind of a Packer fan, what I'd be saying after the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they're not sitting here at 2-7. Like, they're still
yeah. And you know what? The Lions are awesome. And the Bears have been playing great football. My team stinks.
Everyone's good except the Vikings.
Yeah, my team stinks. So get off my back for me coming on and speaking realistically about the other teams. Is that what you want me to hear? We're 4-5. We have no idea what our future is. Is that what you guys want to hear? So, all right.
same. 5-4.
Yeah, I mean, we're miserable over here.
We're 5-4.
We get
our
it.
future is.
If you had told me that Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers have effectively the same season, I don't know what I would have said. But Koenig Reigns in here.
I think we're worse.
$2 to say, fire Matt LaFleur, absolute bomb. And Joseph follows that up by saying, I want someone else calling the plays. I get it. I mean, we talked about it earlier. I certainly get it.
Look, it's the easiest thing. It's the easiest thing to pin it on. Is LaFleur and play. I do it too with the Steelers.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go.
But this isn't just lazily. Like, I feel like a lot of Steelers fans just lazily pin it on the coach sometimes, and they're like, "Yeah, we just need a new coach," but can't actually tell you what's going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say like halftime adjustments. It's clear what is going wrong here, and that's why I'm no longer. I've been a LaFleur defender for a long time, and I'm not saying they should go out and fire him. But one Packers fan asked Ziggy, "Do you get it now?" I get it now.
You know what? I actually looked over at Jack and my dad tonight while we were watching, and I was like, "Well, hold on, Ziggy. We actually need to reevaluate that. There is absolutely heartbreak in being a Packers fan that I will not doubt. They've had some brutal NFC Championship games over the past 15 years. Like, I mean, they have tough moments." But they're also, such a storied franchise with so many great players, and they're consistently in the hunt and not even just in the hunt, but like really good. I get what you guys are saying, that you're upset, but there are levels to disappointment and heartbreak. And you're looking at least in me and Ziggy, two guys who are at the bottom of that food chain. So I get what you guys, I understand it, but also know it can be worse. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, much worse.
It can be much, and there are levels beneath us too.
Yeah,
not too far. Not too far.
Brown,
Maybe like 1 or 2 levels.
Browns, Jets.
Yeah.
All right. This is from Devin Sure. I cannot fathom the fact that we are 1-3 in games where we've allowed 16 points or less. This is laughable.
Yeah. No, it is. He's right.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Blinky says $55 million for a quarterback that has that bad of a fumble and a coach who doesn't trust you because you're boneheaded picks, cheese and wine. Let's effing go. I wasn't sure where that was going. I now see where that was going. You know what? It's at least nice to have 1 year in this division where it feels like the Packers are trending down and everyone else, except maybe the Vikings, is trending up. That doesn't happen very often.
Look, man, there's
$55 million to hang 7 points in a primetime game at home.
I'm seeing some Packer fans. I don't care what happened 30 years ago. No, I get it, guys. You can all be upset. I would be upset tonight. I mean, hell, I said I don't like the Eagles. I'm upset.
What were Lowe's final numbers? Like 110 yards and no touchdowns and a fumble?
Well, I mean, at halftime, dude,
he had 12 yards.
6 for 10 for 39 yards.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Jeff Jones says it right. Like, a team can't win with that many drop passes. Tyler T says LaFraude has to go. Like, it's not just Jordan Love.
There's a million things. Now they're just in shambles.
LaFraude
right?
is so funny.
These guys are in shambles right now.
Why don't we just team up, fire Mike Tomlin, bring Matt LaFraude to do 1 year with Aaron Rodgers again, and just have it be Fraudsburg.
There does come a point. Fraudsburg. There does come a point where, like,
hey,
you get so depressed about your team.
Don't criticize the College game day location this week.
Oh yeah, big game. There comes a point where you get so depressed about your
big
team.
Game, actually, he doesn't mind losing by 100.
The only thing you can do is laugh, or else you cry about your team. Like, and I think it feels like the Packers fans are kind of there tonight.
Oh, I mean, I shut the game off last night. Chargers were up 12-3.
Oh, yeah.
I shut the game off. I went to bed.
Well, I told you that's what the Chargers do. They're a turn the
but
TV off kind of
It
team.
was still at the point where it was like we had like a small chance, but I was just getting so upset watching us play. Then I just giggled, shut it off, went to sleep.
I hope we're providing some form of therapy for all the upset Packers
This is
fans.
what you all provide to us.
Yeah, we're trying to return the favor here, and for the Lions fans, you guys should be thrilled tonight. Like Bears and Lions fans should be rejoicing. Packers fans, we're here to help you cope because that's sort of what we do. All right, Ziggy, what else do we have?
We'll keep getting through all of them, but I'm going to read the most recent one first from Eisner. Matt LaFleur is a terrorist. Lock him up, please. Yeah.
No, next.
I was a victim of terror watching this game.
It was
this game was criminal.
Was it an act of terrorism? This game.
It was
Jorge
just
Martinez. Jack, I'm directing this to you. What do you think? We got to trade Watson, Wicks, and Dobbs for George Pickens.
I love George Pickens. I don't think I'd give all three of them to George Pickens, but
I probably would.
Yeah, maybe.
Would you trade 3 dimes for a quarter if you're the Green Bay Packers? Probably.
Yeah. No, it's like 3 nickels for a quarter.
Oh, I do think watching.
I think Christian Watson's good.
Oh, I've always thought
Jaden Reed is out. I think Watson he's the best receiver on this team right now.
Oh,
yeah.
well, I've always said Watson and Reed are the 2 guys.
I think Watson's good.
And Dobbs has his moments. Like, I mean, they have a bunch of good receivers, and it's been something like there's a reason they drafted Golden, right? And part of that reason was they want to have. We keep talking about the wide receiver one. Like, let's forget that term. They just need a guy that can take over a game. And I don't think, even though Dobbs has had good games, Watson has big games, explosive plays. There's not a guy there that can do the things that Jefferson, Chase, CD, Puka, Neighbors when he's healthy. Drake London's turning it on right now. JSN. And I'm naming the best receivers in the league. I get that. But, there's like 10 or so guys who can take. AJ Brown can take over a game.
There's no one on this team who can do what Ladd McConkey can do.
Yeah, I think we're getting closer when we bring up Ladd.
But what I mean is, like, it's not like they're missing the ultimate wide receiver one, Justin Jefferson level alpha. They're missing a reliable target. Emeka Egbuka would be carrying this team right now.
Yeah, and I see some people are saying, Tucker Kraft was like that.
Kraft was good, but like, let's not have revisionist history. Kraft had 3 good games.
Yeah, I hate to say this, but like, I think Kraft was having a great year, and his run after the catch was awesome.
You guys wish you had DK Metcalf.
Yeah. Like, I like Kraft. I didn't think when he went down that was like some Packer fans like season over, and I just didn't feel that way.
No, you didn't see Tucker Kraft play live.
Oh no, he was amazing.
No, he's amazing. That's a huge loss.
It
was
a bad player, but like Tucker Kraft being out, it's not like that should not derail your offense. This is not the same thing as having what the Giants are going through right now.
Yeah, it won't be like Amon-Ra.
But there's been
out for the
there's been a couple games though where Tucker Kraft's been their whole offense.
No,
he's
been great.
Probably wins this game for the Packers.
Yeah,
right. If you see the plays that were schemed up for Luke Musgrave and you add the 20 yards Kraft gets to one of those,
if Kraft plays tonight, I bet you they win.
What else do we have, Ziggy?
This is from Scotty Anderson. JJ McCarthy could have lit up both these teams. Lions #1.
Yeah, I don't know how we beat Detroit. I don't. I have no idea.
The outlier of the year. Ryu Hitsuya, absolute garbage team, no offensive identity.
Ryu.
He's our guy.
I will say
congratulations on the house, by the way, Ryu Hitsuya.
We love Ryu.
Wait, how do you know that?
He's not. He said that he won't be able to come to our meet and greet because he's busy working on his fixer-upper house he just bought.
Oh, congratulations!
Congrats.
Ryu Hitsuya, when we met him, we were standing outside of Tom Grassi's meet and greet, and Ryu Hitsuya walks up, and there's this guy like in a Grinch outfit, and we're just like, hello? He's like, I'm Ryu Hitsuya. And Ryu Hitsuya. We're like, whoa! He's like, it flipped. We were all of a sudden like, whoa, hello.
That was the best moment of our entire trip.
Yeah, that was great.
Was meeting him.
That was really fun. All right, what else do we have, Ziggy?
Jorge Martinez, Matt LaFleur can't get this team fired up. Absolutely ass.
I love the ass is such a great way to describe your team when things aren't going well.
Yeah.
He's right. He's right. We every single
doesn't
week
just
we say
feel
this.
like that, and he says there's no excuses, but our best two weapons are out, and like that's true. But I think he's right. That doesn't change how you feel.
Well, one of them's not coming back. And that's just something the Packers are going to have to figure out.
And it's not like Jaden Reed is Amon-Ra St. Brown or Justin Jefferson either.
No, I do think he's very good.
He's an upgrade, but it's not like you're getting a world beater back.
No,
large metal
Ziggy,
fan.
Ziggy.
Losing Kraft killed their season. They have 5 mediocre wide receivers, a bad offensive line. It's a disaster.
They're just in shambles.
What Jacobs has been good, and what they need Jordan Love to play like a $55 million a year quarterback. And that means
Josh Jacobs has been good. I do not think he's been. We had Packers fans at the start of the season saying he's a tier 1 guy up there with Bijan and Jonathan Taylor.
No, that was just Packers fans.
That's not who he is.
Fans of their team.
Sorry.
There's nothing wrong with them saying that. We knew they were wrong about that. But look.
Well, there is something wrong with them saying it. It's false.
Look, Ziggy, here's what it is. They're paying Jordan Love $55 million a year, and the reason Vikings fans were upset with Justin Jefferson on Sunday was because Justin Jefferson makes plays that only Justin Jefferson can make, and it's unrealistic to expect it from other people. Maybe it's even unfair to expect it from Justin, but he can do it. Other people can't. Jordan Love has played at times like a quarterback who can do things other people can't, and he was bad tonight. For everyone who's saying with glazing Green Bay, Jordan Love was bad tonight.
I think Jordan Love has proven to be way too inconsistent of a quarterback.
But what I'm saying is, the way that they figure out this ship, right this ship, is for Jordan Love to flip the switch, and he's going to have to elevate the team. He can do it. We'll see if he does.
It's got to be consistent, though.
Yeah.
And he hasn't shown that since his first year playing.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ziggy. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
We've got a few from D-Mize here. I've seen better play callers than Matt LaFleur in D3 football games every single week. He refuses to let Jordan Love get in rhythm. Follows it up with Wicks 1 drop, Dobbs 2 drops, Melton 1 drop in Eagles territory, and then a shotgun run call on 4th down where everyone knew it was coming when you have a timeout to get the play fixed. And then he concludes, like, LaFleur can raise the floor of a team like the Giants. He can't raise the ceiling like Green Bay. He drags us down every week. Jordan's not the issue. LaFleur's been covered by his QBs every year.
Yeah, the 4th and 1 was ridiculous.
I mean, it is. It's a decent point. Like, it's easy for you to look good as a coach with prime Aaron Rodgers.
And there was friction on that offensive prime Aaron Rodgers. To be fair, it was partly Aaron Rodgers' fault too, but LaFleur's got 1 playoff win, right?
Yeah. LaFleur, are you serious? Does he have 1?
I think he has 1.
He has 1 playoff win.
I'm pretty sure they've only... That doesn't sound like it can be right, but if you look,
well, they lost to San Francisco, right?
Right, they won a couple of Aaron. They won 1 in 2019, 1 in 2020, and 1 in 2023. So prime Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love, he got to the championship game once off some good seasons.
That was the Tampa Bay,
and then had tough losses,
right?
And then the San Francisco game.
Yeah, the San Fran game where San Francisco ran for 5,000 yards. Then the Brady game where I'm trying to remember. It was the Brady game where they didn't go for it, right? They
hammered the Packers in that game.
And then Brady got the PI on, what's his name? Kevin King or something? That might be a triggering word for Packers fans. Look, he's got till the end of the year. That's what I would say. As a
things
observer,
need to look better. He can't ride on his historical record.
Ziggy, let's pretend that the Packers are the 6th seed, go on the road to Detroit and lose in the first round. If you were a Green Bay fan, would you want Matt LaFleur back?
No.
Okay. No,
unless they get there by the offense looking much better and Jordan Love playing lights out, and then he just has a bad game. If it looks like this, and like it has up until the season where it's inconsistent, up and down, I said it earlier, this partnership is not working.
Bring back Mike McCarthy.
It can't be worse. Mike McCarthy knows how to run a consistent
Lane
team.
Kiffin.
I take
Lane Kiffin.
I take LaFleur as our OC alongside Mike Tomlin.
All right, Ziggy, continue.
Christopher Camera. Love is not the problem. He's not allowed to get in any rhythm, and the coaching is inconsistent where he's terrible at preparing the team. Like, this is one thing that's tough for Green Bay, I think, is it's just hard to evaluate what's going wrong when so many things are going wrong.
Well, that's what I brought up, too, about preparation. Is, like, you cannot come into this game at home on primetime with the whole world watching after losing to the Panthers and come out like this.
You can't lose to the Panthers.
Like no other team. but forget that. Like,
No,
like,
yeah.
like teams have their clunkers. Sure, we'll let it slide. But how do you then have a whole week plus an extra day to come out in your biggest game of the season to date and look like this? That's not possible.
Yeah, and
do you know how the Lions would look tonight? They'd score 40 points.
And the Eagles' defense too has not been what it was last year.
I mean,
the Vikings marched up and down the field on them.
Philly's good. They're a beatable team.
But this is it too. Green Bay, they were in Philly territory a lot, but that's when they jump off sides or they drop a pass or an overthrow penalty. Like they continuously. There was no reason that they shouldn't have had at least a few field goal tries. They didn't even have a field goal attempt.
They were on the opposite side of the 50 a good amount and didn't attempt one.
It felt like they were living on right around the 40 to 45 of Philly, where it was just long enough that they didn't trust McManus to go out there and kick it. But there was also actually, and let me know if you guys agree with this in the chat. I thought there were a handful of plays where they're on like the 45-yard line. They had the 3rd and 20. I think there was also like a 3rd and 12 where if you pick up 6 or 7 yards, you trot out for a field goal. And Love, I think the first time on the 3rd and 20, that's when he launched the bomb. That was incomplete. And then I can't remember on the 3rd 11, 3rd and 12. I think it was just an incomplete pass, but like downfield again. And I'm watching that going, like, man, like just get in field goal range. And Love takes on that for their second drive. He takes the huge sack, the 15-yard sack, and they just kept finding ways to not give themselves a chance to put points on the board in a game where, any point mattered. So continue on, Ziggy.
Yeah, it's been rough out there. We've got a lot from the historical. Is this gamer? Yeah, the historical gamer. We've got a few of these. We're going to get through them. The first one, Matt LaFleur will coach somewhere else and be fine, but right now he's coaching like someone on a performance improvement plan. Terrified of making a mistake. He might be on one right now, honestly, after this game. Love does look good in stretches, but right now he looks like a guy who has no confidence in what's around him. It's worth noting, and he says it's worth noting Green Bay has 3 losses and 1 tie. It all comes down to field goals. This was the only missed field goal that wasn't a gimme in those games. And sure, but
you don't want to be in those situations against the Browns and the Panthers.
I love this.
The reason you're in these situations is because nothing else is working.
This comment. I can't believe we lost this mother effing game, bro.
I mean, yeah, that's horrible.
From Celestial. All right, go ahead, Ziggy.
He points out that Green Bay lost in New York last year to a certain DeVito.
That's true. They did.
Oh, we'll get to that in a second. Go ahead.
So I'm just saying that he's right. It may not be a lock to beat the Giants. Love didn't call the shotgun run on 4th and 1. Love didn't choose to kick a 60-yard field goal. Love isn't perfect, but this is the coaching.
I actually didn't mind the 60-yard. I don't know McManus's. Clearly, he didn't have it in him.
Yeah, but is a Hail Mary going to do a lot better?
I thought given how close he came on the practice quick kick, which I actually think should be a penalty. You shouldn't be allowed to take that practice kick. I don't think you are.
I also do think though
it was not a penalty. If the ref doesn't get the ball out of the way, you can do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think it should be a penalty.
I think there's a better chance that he goes and drills that than they complete a Hail Mary.
I do too. I
I don't mind that call.
Green Bay coaching again. They made a choice to suit a McManus of a bad leg versus the guy on the roster who hit from 60. I mean, I don't think you pick your kicker based on who's hit the last 60-yard field goal. I think they're hoping McManus gets healthy and can play like he usually does.
Well, LaFleur said that too.
I don't think Haversick's getting close to hitting that kick either in those conditions.
LaFleur also said about keeping McManus as the guy who's like, well, he's made a lot of big kicks for us and he's been consistent when he's been healthy. So you just got to hope he gets back to that point.
1 playoff win in 5 years is not enough because they need to decide whether they'll give LaFleur a new contract. I mean, that is going to be the talking point this offseason. LaFleur's up for an extension. I don't think he's earned one.
Well, yeah, we have to see the end of the year.
The last few years, I feel like the Packers are the Steelers of the NFC. Like they kind of mirror each other.
Yeah,
Like,
but they're better
I don't know
Steelers,
about
I think.
that. The Packers have won playoff games before.
They're probably a little better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. You guys are your own unique entity here.
But yeah, we have our problems.
The Packers at times you're like, okay, this team can win the Super Bowl. The Steelers, well, maybe you think that.
We don't feel that about us.
Maybe you think that.
When we murder the Colts.
At no point this year have I thought the Steelers can win the Super Bowl.
Have you really thought the Packers could?
In weeks 1 and 2, I did.
Nah,
I don't right now. Go ahead, Ziggy.
And then one more from Historical Gamer. 11 quarterbacks make over 50 million, 16 make over 40. Jordan Love's contract will be a league average contract in 2 years.
I don't disagree with that.
But also, it's not a league average contract right now.
Yes, that's the point.
And he's being paid to win right now.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a few more of these to get through. Several greatest ever says if LaFleur still has a job after this, I'm going to lose it. And Oben Rick says we need to trade Love for a first overall pick and fire Matt LaFleur.
I wouldn't trade Love, but
you don't. This is the thing. This team has enough talent. You're not here to blow them up. You do not want to do. Let me tell you this from experience. Giving up a quarterback who's playing at a high level with a good team around them to play your rookie quarterback and hope that everything's going to work out does not always go well.
Stop.
But I also do think that Sam Darnold's like a decent deal better than Jordan Love.
Oh, Darnold right now is
I think Darnold's like the best quarterback in the league.
Darnold
right
is, well, he still has his moments, but wait, let me ask you real quick, guys. For the next 5 years, would you rather have Jordan Love or Caleb Williams right now?
Jordan Love.
Ziggy?
Jordan Love.
I think I would take Love, but it's closer.
I had to think for a second.
It's a lot closer than it was at the beginning of the
Caleb Williams stinks.
Caleb's getting better though.
Oh, Love might actually stink too.
I don't know. I have no idea what to think. I mean, I think you take Goff in the North over everyone right now, but
yeah.
But I don't know. Goff has his implosions too. All right, go ahead, Ziggy. I'm sorry.
Super Pony says the Packers are the biggest frauds in the league. Jordan Love is just as bad as Trevor Lawrence. Colts on top.
I don't know. Dude,
I'm not sure I buy any of those things.
I don't know if he's quite as bad as Trevor Lawrence.
No, the Jaguars.
Trevor Lawrence.
Jaguars. No.
Yeah, ask any Jaguars fan, who would you rather be? Would you rather be the the Jaguars or the Packers?
Someone's saying,
get your answer.
Someone's saying, how was Love bad in this game? I mean, guys.
I'm not going to say Love was the worst quarterback in the history of football.
No, but for what you expect Jordan Love to be, I did not think he had are we seriously leaving this game saying Love was good tonight?
I thought he was pretty bad.
No, I mean, Caleb Williams had a better game this week.
No, and seriously, like all the Packers fans, like, go ahead, Ziggy, can you run a poll? Was Jordan Love good tonight? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'll put it out there. I'll say this, especially if you exclude the fourth quarter, they got nothing done in the passing game.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't horrible, but he had a major fumble, and he had a handful of miscues in a game where you need to score 11 points to win. I'm not trying to come out here and rip them apart. I think that would be wrong. But guys, they scored 7 points.
And the passing game was part of that.
They had 40 yards at halftime. And was he on a leash in the first half a little bit? Did it feel like to a degree? Yeah. But I mean, he finished 20 for 36 for 176 yards. Took a couple really big sacks. Like, a sack took him out of field goal range on a fumble. Those two kicks and it's 13-10, right? Like, he wasn't good tonight.
Hey, Paul, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
You got to send a text checking up on Andy. He's 10 minutes late to his live. I'm worried that this game might have broken him once and for all.
Oh man.
Do I text Andy? Do I even?
You don't actually text Andy. I think he's probably going through it right now.
Should I say, hey man, you good? No, I'll leave him alone.
He's probably furious.
I'll leave him alone.
This has got to be tough.
Should I call him? You know what? It tends to happen with this stuff, guys, where
call him live on our show right now.
It tends to happen with these things where, like, the days that you're the most frustrated are the day that your computer won't turn on. Or it's the day that your camera battery is out and you haven't charged it. And it's just like, you're like, oh, are you kidding me?
Well,
Like
that's when it rains, it pours.
yeah, it's probably when it rains, it pours, and we're experts at dealing with this.
You know what sucks?
Like the people watching right now are looking at. I'm not going to include you because you Steelers. You have your own misery, but like you're looking at two experts, and me and Ziggy, in how to deal with sports misery. So you've come to the right place. I mean, yeah, look at this guy. You don't think this guy's had his heart shattered?
You know what sucks for most fans? It's like when it rains, it pours, but when it's sunny, there's still some clouds in the sky. Like it can never be like fully bright, but when it rains, it pours.
Unless you're the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right, unless you're the Chiefs, yeah. Unless you're the Chiefs.
The Chiefs, your dark clouds are we lost in the AFC Championship in overtime once.
Yeah.
I just need to say there is someone, I can't tell if he's a troll or not in the comment section, but I don't think you are, Hendo. And you seem to be really going through it tonight, man. You seem to really be going through it. Just it'll be better, okay? Like everyone just take a deep breath. It'll be better for all of us. The Vikings are going to get back in the race. The Packers are going to beat the Giants.
That's enough of that.
We'll hold off Baltimore.
We don't need to do
Steelers will hold off Baltimore. The Bears are going to keep this up. It won't fall apart.
Is there a better chance that
the Lions will win the Super Bowl?
Is there a better chance that we hold off Baltimore? Or
whatever you say is the right answer.
Or the Packers beat out the Lions in the NFC North.
The Packers beat out the Lions. You're done.
You think the Packers?
You're screwed.
Do you think we're totally finished?
Your teams, you guys have already lost the division. I said it when the Ravens were 1-5. I said you guys have lost the division.
We're still a game up.
Yeah. Not a chance. Let's get back some of these super chats. This one's from Aisner.
How many more we got left?
You'll like this one, Jack. I owe you guys money. I'm a Ravens fan, but the Packers are low-key my favorite NFC team. Jordan Love still looked good tonight. It's a shame Matt LaFleur doesn't seem to trust in him. Everyone knew it was going to be a shotgun run on 4th and 1.
Yeah, that was just the most ridiculous
call. Is there a reason why the Packers don't run quarterback sneaks?
They did it on the first drive.
Jordan look good is also pretty.
There's also a long yard. I don't know if they would have got the sneak, but I mean,
but the problem with the shotgun run is you're starting 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
It's an abysmal call. And what's actually kind of funny is as horrendous as that call was, and Jack and I were watching that, we were stunned that the Packers were even having the opportunity. Oh no, sorry, that came later. But when they ran that play, we all looked at each other like, "What the hell was that?" And we assumed it was offsides on Jalen Carter. But what's kind of amazing is that wasn't even the most ridiculous play call in like the 10 minutes that followed, because Nick Sirianni did the stupidest thing you can possibly do.
Yeah.
So I'm still not over that 3rd and 12 run.
Thank God.
In the red zone.
Thank God that the Eagles ended up winning the game and the Packers didn't send it to OT and win. I don't know what.
I thought it was a joke when they.
I don't know what like the Philadelphia media is out here saying if they lose that game about Nick Sirianni.
Oh, it would be bad. Sorry, Ziggy. All right, let's finish up these.
Yeah, how many more we got left?
Let's get through these. This one's from Jorge Martinez. If we ever win anything of love, it'll be because of him. I don't understand why Matt LaFleur hasn't accepted that. It is just true, I think, that you need Jordan Love throwing the ball more in this offense.
It's very anti-LaFleur.
It's not like the running game was going great tonight either. This is from Jesse. Agree with Paul. You've got to laugh. These losses by 3 are so improbable. If we even slightly correct, the Packers will look great, but can they do it?
Oh, he lost 3 games by 3. I just realized that.
Yeah, no, it's.
They've been field goals, basically all of them.
Yeah.
Christopher S. Halfley for Packers' next head coach.
Yeah.
With the way his defense is playing, I mean, you've got to wonder, right?
Yeah, you know what also sucks? Having a great defense and no offense.
Which makes no sense because they should have a good offense.
Yeah.
Someone said, like, we're going to see the Vikings go in and win in Lambeau. And I'm like, oh, that game, there's a chance that game is just like, you have the win. No, you take it. No, you take the win.
There's also a chance the Packers just get their stride back and murder you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I always know that's on the table.
Well, the Vikings are going to get crushed.
Well, it depends. It depends what we do against the Bears. If we beat the Bears, we will get our asses handed to us in Green Bay. If we lose to the Bears, we very well might just beat the Packers. Like, that's just kind of like, so Packers fans pay attention.
Oh, if you guys beat the Bears, you'll get killed in Green Bay.
We'll get murdered.
Yeah.
Yes. If there's a sliver of hope. Like, the Lions will lose to the Eagles, and I'll come on the show and I'll be like, it's on this week.
And you'll get murdered.
And we'll get crushed. Yeah.
Dennis 450D says the same thing. Matt LaFleur needs to stop a run-first offense. Jordan Love's your best player. Give him the ball before you give it to Jacobs. I actually agree with that.
I do too. At the end of the game, give the ball to your best player and let him make a play.
Yeah.
It's a Super Bowl, right?
Packers
that's what they
are
did.
not what we thought. Mediocrity. This is not a mediocre team, and that's what's so frustrating about them. I'm going to stick with it. They're one of the 3 or 4 most talented teams in the National Football League.
Are the Steelers up there? Top 4?
I am not with you right now on that. I think
Sucks because I'm right.
I think that you can make the argument that Seattle's more talented at the
No,
moment.
Seattle is not more talented.
I think you make the argument that the Rams are more talented.
You can make all sorts of
I think
arguments,
the Lions
Paul.
might be more talented.
Paul, people make arguments that eugenics is a morally acceptable practice. You can argue for whatever you want. Like, you can argue the Seattle Seahawks are a better team.
You're right. The Seahawks are not. But the Seahawks
I
do.
don't want to hear that.
The Seahawks do have, just an elite defense right now. And Darnold and JSN have been.
They're much better coached.
Yeah. Well, now here we come back to LaFleur.
Indeed. And we've got Byrne, our resident Lions fan here. The Packers have to play the Vikings, Lions, Bears, Ravens, Bears, and Vikings. Rivalry games are never guaranteed. The Packers could miss the playoffs.
Yeah, and we said before the Panther game, if they lose this and you have losses to the Browns and Panthers on your schedule, you're going to be kicking yourself if you wind up missing the playoffs somehow. So
here I want to see what happened with this poll. The stupid AI chat summary blocks me from seeing the polls every single time I tab in. It's like an exceptionally annoying feature, and there's nothing you can do to turn it off. Yeah, 80% of our fans say Jordan Love was not good tonight. Also, the saying that they're more talented means they would have won the game is not necessarily true. This one's from Kipperoni132. Sure, we already talked about, but get rid of Rich Bisaccia this offseason. Get a play caller and take it from Matt LaFleur. Matt's still a good coach. The defense showed up again, at least. I mean, I'll say this. If Matt LaFleur can't find a guy to handle special teams, if the offensive guy can't call or coordinate a good offense, if the defense, which he's much less involved in, is the only good thing in the team, if they show up unprepared for games against good teams and bad, what makes him a good coach?
He had Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's the answer.
He had Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. That made him a good coach.
I'm not going to say he's a terrible coach who can't do anything, but I'm starting to wonder. I said that last week on our show, Andy said, Ziggy, you're made to be a Packers fan. I'm starting to wonder about Matt LaFleur.
Ziggy, you could have stood on the sideline and coached prime Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams and won a lot of games.
Maybe I would have won more games.
Yeah, maybe you could have won. You could have won
Super Bowl.
More.
You might have a couple
won
Super
more.
Bowls with Ziggy calling
Maybe
plays.
you could have.
Oh, man. Doug Hype TV. Jalen Hurts was just terrible. If the Eagles had a good passing quarterback, we lose by 24.
Yeah, he was also bad.
Yeah,
that makes this loss all the more devastating.
Hurts sucked.
Yeah, I thought Hurts.
Like, it's not like Philly came out and beat you
Hurts
35.
He had a couple big time plays. The 3rd and 12 to Devontae Smith, the 16-yard gain was, and we called that too. We're sitting here, we're like, this is what Philly does on these drives. But he was bad. I mean, they scored 10 points. It was 10-7.
And one of those points came off 2 huge plays. Paul, I'm just pointing out, this is a super chat. I'm not speaking for myself here, but we're required to read it. This is from Ace-Ner, the Ravens fan. Paul, where's your sister? I'm 6 feet, by the way.
Lauren?
Yeah, Lauren, next. The great use of the super chat.
Historical gamer, no one's talking about Green Bay's GM. He's not safe either. I'm not worried about the team roster construction. I do not think this is a time where you think that Gutekunst needs to lose his job.
No, Shane in New York, that's one where you go like, all right, we have some real problems here.
Yeah, this team has the talent inside and out. I would not even consider firing your GM, who just got you Micah Parsons, who continues to be a game changer.
Byrne does say no first round picks until 2028 because of Micah Parsons.
Yeah, but worth it.
Yeah, worth it. Whoa, 100%.
Jorge Martinez, I thought last week's loss was because you're preparing for today. What was Matt doing all week?
That's what I was saying too. Like I let last week slide.
Which is amazing. Very nice of you, given that they lost to the Panthers.
No, I think when you have you have your Aaron Rodgers game and the Eagles, and you have a crappy team sandwiched between, it's hard, whatever. But like this was just inexcusable. I didn't.
You're a strange fella, Jack.
They were totally unprepared.
Well, this guy agrees with me.
No, it's you're both strange fellas. Like I feel like the Panthers is more an excuse. They're both an excuse.
I think this is more inexcusable than the Panthers.
Yeah.
Like you're up for this
basically
game.
the same game, except the Eagles are a better team.
Like you're up for this game. Like it's a prime time game. He's
gotten more handsome as this has gone on.
He has. I have a half chub.
All right, let's finish these up and we'll call it.
We got a few more.
It's one in the
we'll
morning.
wrap. Aisner, Love was fine being asked to constantly make 3rd and 8 throws after a run and a screen on early downs of little or no gain is a huge ask. Yeah, the offense coordinating was just not there. Cherry Dad, go Pride. Thanks, Eagles. Lots of love from a Detroit fan.
Yep, Lions fans should be
It's
pumped.
nice to see the Lions fans chirping a little bit here. I'm glad that
they deserve
football's better when the North's better.
They deserve it.
This is one more from Aisner. Matt LaFleur should not be allowed to get a haircut or have his eyebrows done until he puts up more than 14 points and a half.
Oh, yeah, Ziggy, the first
even the Jets scored 14 points.
The last 4 games in the first half, the Packers have 6 points, 7 points, 6 points, and 0 points. You gotta show up. Like you gotta show up. That's on the floor. A lot of that's on the floor.
And then this is the last one. This is from the historical gamer once more. LaFleur's gone to the playoffs every year without 12 Aaron Rodgers. He's a good play designer who can't get out of his own way when he has to make decisions. He'd be a good offensive coordinator, not a head coach. I can actually buy that. Like I'm not going to say this is a Brandon Staley level disaster because certainly it hasn't been anywhere near that. But some guys are coordinators and some guys are head coaches.
Yeah.
And increasingly, there have been so many excuses with LaFleur. He's had the youngest team. He had Aaron Rodgers when Aaron Rodgers was starting to become a diva. The defense wasn't good. The special teams wasn't good. Now the defense special teams isn't good. The offense isn't good. Like, I get all of that. But at a certain point...
So you just said this pretty much sucks. Like you just said this team
it's been something different every year, right? There's always a different excuse. If there's a different excuse every year for why you're not good, maybe it's just you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
I'm going to put out one more poll. Fire LaFleur, yes, no. And then we'll see what fans have to say.
My eyes are
And
getting
we got
heavy.
one more thing from Stockman. And then we'll wrap. Tough loss, boys. We either need to fire LaFleur or force him to hand off play calling duties. He's responsible for our 3 losses. No more.
It's
I'm guessing your poll is going to be pretty pro. Get rid of LaFleur.
It's funny seeing Sarah back in the comment section. I haven't seen her in a while.
The poll is not pro get rid of LaFleur. No is winning out.
Well, we'll see. I mean, there's been 50 people voting so far. Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's actually a pretty close question. Like, LaFleur has had, they've been competitive, right? Look, to support Jack here, like Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh, you're consistently competitive. You know, you're going to the playoffs, but you're not getting the results.
That might cut it in Pittsburgh. That's not going to cut it in Titletown.
You're lucky it's 1 a.m. I have no energy to argue. If it was like an hour earlier, I'm coming right back, but I have no energy to argue.
All right. That probably means it's time to wrap.
All right, we'll wrap it up there. We appreciate a lot of people stay tuned in for this entire thing. We hope
and
that
if you're here and you're watching this, hopefully Andy's going to be live soon. If you want to see what a Packers fan has to say about this, go and check that out.
Yeah, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you know, it'll get better. I promise you it'll get better. So
stop us from bleeding subscribers.
Yeah,
well, our numbers just going down because the Packers have lost. So if you're here and you're watching this and you enjoyed this, just click that subscribe button. Make us feel a little better.
We got to write Jordan Love a letter.
Yeah, if you've unsubscribed, subscribe back. Yeah, maybe for the prediction show, we'll write Jordan Love a letter and be like, you gotta figure this out, buddy. Like for the sake of the channel.
Not for you, for us.
For the channel. Because honestly, like, look, if the Packers lose to the Giants, if the Packers lose to the Giants, Eagles lose to the Lions, and we beat the Bears, like I'm so back.
If the Packers lose to the Giants,
the season's over.
We might have half
One
our subs
person.
gone.
We might have one person show up to the meet and greet at Hakemeister Brewery.
Yeah.
People are gonna be like, "Why the hell would I want to see you guys?"
That Giants game is huge next week now.
All right.
Okay, we appreciate everybody for chilling with us the entire time here. It means a lot to us to have everyone tune in. And next week, next week's another slate of really big games in the North. And it's fun here. November football rolls around and you start seeing what your team is made of. So now's the time to turn it on if you want to be serious. 5-3-1 Packers, 6-3 Bears and Lions. Crazy. So, all right, we'll wrap it up there. Ziggy, Jack, any final thoughts?
No, egregious performance.
Finally, Green Bay fans know how we feel. That's what I have to say.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Everyone have a good night, and we'll see you with Herman on Wednesday. And let me just hit it on the.
I won't say anything out of pocket until we're.